You know, like, as I mentioned, you told us, you're part of the band that's, you know, up on the upper part of the stage. It's kind of like behind the Blue Man.
In the band loft.
In the band loft. What instrument do you play?
I'm what they call a swing in the company, which means I play both stringed instruments, the electric zither and the Chapman stick.
Okay, again, could you explain a little bit of each one to someone who might not know?
Sure.
Like me.
Sure.
Jinx!
Jinx! Well, and this is the original show, the Astor show, the Tubes show, as it was called. There was a three-instrument band. There was a stick player in the middle, the electric zither player to the left, and a drummer to the right. And that was, the whole show is a, exposition of three as one. There's three Blue Men. There's three members of the band kind of thing. Now the more modern show, the stick player also plays the talking drum and the electric bass. That's pretty new to the show. And the zither player plays electric guitar also, which is really new, a couple of years. But the Chapman stick is a 10-string touch-style fingerboard. Basically combines the most perplexing elements of piano, drums, bass, and guitar all in one really vexing type of thing. But all played with polydigital input, such as a piano or if you were tapping a guitar. But two sets of 5 strings, discrete output, so it's kind of a bass sound and a guitar sound, but neither and both. And the electric zither is technically, a recognized instrument. You've probably heard the theme from The Third Man. Anton Karas, the hit record made by a zither player ever. Down da 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 da. Very specific zither music. But zither, as an electric instrument, is an 88-string, just beast. No frets on it whatsoever. The strings are set in a group of chords. Is the lower section, and then the upper section is called the harp or melody section. And all those strings are strung in sets of 3, but individual notes, which would be a challenge just on its own. In a perfect environment, that instrument would certainly be a challenge. But the band loft moves, and it's you're lit from above. If you can imagine, we exist in this universe of ultraviolet light.
Yeah.
So if you can try to visualize ultraviolet lights coming down from above, lighting strings that have no frets. So you're not only seeing the strings, you're seeing the shadows of the string.
Oh, that's kind
and it's all moving. As soon as the drummer moves, you're in motion. So it was definitely the biggest, vastest learning curve of my entire life. It's not something that you can be thrown into and say, well, here it is, just go for it. I was playing stick shows for years, just watching over my left shoulder the zither player, and I couldn't figure out a thing that they did. It wasn't until I auditioned for that instrument, that I realized I knew even less about that instrument. And the end of that first audition was, all right, we're just going to play, and, just go for it. And, okay, I'm going to improvise. Great, fantastic. And, they never give you any information to say, this is why you succeeded at this audition. But yeah, it was certainly the biggest musical challenge of my time.
Sure sounds like it. I can't imagine trying to play something like that, and then, like you said, you've got strings and you see the shadows of the strings, so trying to play.
Yeah. Played with finger picks on